So you think you're building your dream home or you're living in a dream home right now. I have found a poll online of hundreds of homeowners who have built their homes from scratch. And let me tell you, there are some major regrets. Today, we're talking about 10 home features that seem like a great idea when you're building, till you actually have to live with them. So if you're building, renovating, or just curious, this video may save you from dropping thousands of dollars on home upgrades that may drive you crazy later on. Let's dive in. Number 10, the double vanity mistake. Now you'd think that double vanities are a no-brainer, right? Well, the more sinks, the better. More convenience. Well, kind of. But here's the real problem that homeowners are regretting. The issue is they don't regret having two sinks. They regret having split vanities where each person has a separate counter and a walkway that goes in between. And why is that? Because it cuts down on the usable countertop space for your everyday items. Just think about it. When was the last time you used every inch of your sink space and counter space? I'm sure it's most of the time that you need all of the counter space. You need more than you already have, more than a separate sink. So the best thing to do is to have a single long vanity with two sinks so that you get the maximum counter space while still keeping your own sink. Now in my house, we have a sink, vanity, makeup area with a mirror, another vanity, sink, all attached. And you know what? There's never room on that thing. I have my toothbrush, that's it, and a bar of soap and some toothpaste. My wife has got cosmetics from Sephora and Ulta. She's got hair dryers. She's got hair brushes. She takes up so much space. Not complaining, just the way it is. You got stuff for the cats. You've got Vicks Vapor Rub. You've got thermometers. You've got a thing of Advil. You can't get enough counter space in your bathroom. So while you're designing, make sure you get a very, very large counter. Let me know below what you think about that. Number 9 on the list of things that people don't like right now, open floor plans. Open floor plans are beautiful, but seemingly impractical. The open floor plan, it's been a huge, huge trend for years and still is going on. But guess what? Homeowners are getting sick of them. The issue is it looks great in photos and real estate photos and in real life, but in actuality and use, it's chaos. Imagine your spouse is watching TV in the living room. Your kids are doing homework at the dining room table. You're washing dishes in the kitchen, and it's all happening in one giant echoey space. Does that sound familiar to you? That's why more people are moving away from the completely open floor plans. The fix is semi-open concept floor plans where you keep the openness, but you use partial walls. You take glass dividers, sliding doors, and create a defined space. Dedicated quiet areas, a separate office, a cozy den, an area to watch TV, closed off dining room. They can be game changers. I have clients that just built a beautiful custom home, but in the back, they have an area that's completely shut off with a TV, a little bar, couches. It's beautiful, but you need some of that private space. Number 8 on the list are high ceilings that people are complaining about. They look great, but they cost a lot of money as far as building and in energy. Have you ever walked into a home and thought, wow, these ceilings are huge, they're insane? Yeah, but wait until you see that energy bill. The issue is that the 20-foot ceilings look luxurious, but they make heating and cooling a nightmare. You're paying to condition air in space that you're never ever going to use unless you're walking across a tightrope. Did you ever change a light bulb on a 20-foot ceiling? You better get a very large ladder or hire someone every time you need to change that light bulb. The better option is to stick with a 10 or 12-foot ceiling, tray ceiling. They feel open, but they're way more practical. You can use some statement lighting or some ceiling beams, faux beams, or wood beams to add height without wasting all that money on energy. And number 7 on our list of things that people are complaining about online and online forums and surveys are barn doors. It's a privacy problem. Now, barn doors were everywhere. They still are everywhere. A few years ago, they were all the rage, but now people are starting to hate them. They stick out. They don't fully close. There's no sound protection. Sound travels right through. There's always a gap, which means there's hardly any privacy. There's no sound deadening. There's no privacy, especially bathrooms and bedrooms. I don't get that at all. Some people think that they're just outdated now. Alternatives, if you're building a house, custom home, get pocket doors. They slide away without taking up much space. French doors, keeps the openness but blocks out the sound. Now, speaking of sound, number 6 on our list, hollow core doors. They're cheap, they're ugly, and they're noisy. Very, very flimsy. They're everywhere in new home builds. And you know why they are? Is because they're cheap as dirt. They're just 2 little pieces of board with styrofoam or some material in between. They feel flimsy. They don't block sound at all, and they're very, very cheap. Someone watching TV next room, you're gonna hear everything. So the fix is use solid core doors in main living areas and bedrooms, in those main spots of your house. Save the hollow core ones for closets where soundproofing doesn't matter, nobody cares about the quality. If you can put your fist through it, it feels cheap, and you really don't want it in your main living area. Number 5 on our list that people are complaining about that everybody has is a fireplace with a TV over it. Everyone has it, but everyone is complaining about craning their neck to try and watch TV. It seems like a great idea, and until you're actually watching TV for more than 20 minutes, it's a pain. It's awkward viewing angles. If it's over the fireplace and you don't have a mantle, there's going to be heat exposure. Heat exposure for a television is not a great thing. So the workaround is to put a mantle around the fireplace, protecting the TV from all the heat. Or even better is if you're building a house, put in those fireplaces that are now rectangular and lower down, so that you can put the TV at a proper angle and that you can watch it without destroying your neck and without destroying the television. So you need a mantle and you need a lower fireplace. But look, everyone has got them. Another fix is finding a mount, a special mount like on Amazon, that allows you to pull the TV away from the wall and down so you can have a good viewing angle. But that's a pain in the ass. It's not that attractive. So best thing to do is find a different wall to put the TV on, put a painting over the fireplace, or get a fireplace that's rectangular and lower down so the TV is in good viewing position. Number 4 on the list of the survey online that people are complaining about are microwaves over the stove. They're ugly and they're ineffective. The microwave over the stove is a design crime, and here's why. The vents from the stove also. It doesn't actually just vent out, it vents up and out into the air in the room, spits air back into the kitchen, and it really ruins the look of cabinets. Better option, they're putting microwaves now in drawers underneath. They may be a little bit harder to clean, but they're out of the way. Put it in a lower cabinet. Some people put them in the pantry, and some people put them underneath their cabinets. Now, the number 3 thing that people complain about are Jack and Jill bathrooms. They wish they had done those differently. You have sibling war zones. Sounds great in theory, 2 kids sharing a bathroom, 3 kids sharing a bathroom, but in real life, endless fights. Way to fix this is to get separate bathrooms. If money is an issue, get one whole bathroom, or what a lot of builders are doing now is they're having a bathroom, a commode, a sink, and then having the shower in between with locking doors. The number 2 thing that people are complaining about are those freestanding, beautiful, but pretty useless tubs that look amazing in photos and amazing when you walk into a bathroom. They're rarely used. Cleaning around them is a nightmare. People are complaining that they spent all this money on these beautiful bathtubs, but they're not using them. They're hard to get into, they're hard to fill, they're hard to clean. It is a very, very big trend right now. Almost every fancy house that I go into has one of these bathtubs. Make sure that you have a bathtub elsewhere in the house. If you want to save yourself a headache, don't get a fancy bathtub right now. Get a fancy shower, bigger shower. without the fancy bathtub. In the long run, you're probably going to be happier as long as you have bathtubs elsewhere in the house for kids. And the number one thing that hundreds of people have said is the number one thing that they wasted their money on when building a new house were pot fillers. Pot fillers are said to be the most useless home feature. Why is it the most useless home feature? You fill up your pot with water, make your pasta, then you have to drain the pasta. You have to pick up the pot anyway. You still have to carry it over to the sink, drain the pasta, then bring it back. And sometimes if you don't use the pot filler for a long time, you have to clean out the pot filler. You don't know what kind of water is there. So you're cleaning out the pot filler by filling it in the pot and dumping the water just back and forth, and it's just another fixture that can leak and cause a problem over time. A better use for a pot filler is, it's a good idea if you use a pot filler right over your automatic coffee machine, because that thing, you're taking off the plastic, you're filling it up every other day, every third day. If you have a pot filler, small one, right over that coffee machine, that's a good use of a pot filler. I've also seen in the kitchen with a drain, a pot filler for a cat or a dog bowl. So you can fill up the dog bowl with water, the cat bowl with water, and when it gets dirty, you just dump it into the drain. But that is really going overboard. Which of these features do you agree with? Let me know in the below. And if you're looking to build a custom home, a new home, a luxury home, or you're looking for a luxury home in the Charlotte metro area, I can help you. My name is Eli Magids. Just call, text, or fill out the link below. And if you're not coming to Charlotte and you're relocating and you need help and advice, I have a network of great real estate agents across the country that I can put you in touch with. I'd be happy to help you. All you have to do is call, text, or fill in the form on the link below. Thank you so much for watching, and until we see each other again next time.